So, I don't know if you know, but I run a Doctor Who podcast. It's called the 50% Doctor Who podcast. Not Taylor Swift, which is shown on the... There he is. There's my boy. We were having a conversation about Tom Baker the other day, and we were saying, like, he generally is, like, and always will be the most notable Doctor, like, the most famous Doctor. Like, the scarf will always be... People always know in, like, pop culture media, like... It seems like Dan's having a bit of trouble here.
No, I'm just getting us ready. Yeah, Tom is definitely the most iconic, classic Doctor, but also even in the modern times, I think. Even now, I'd say in the 2020s. Maybe more for like older generations, but
everyone knows
Tom is way...
They know the scarf.
The most.
You talk about Doctor Who, they know the scarf, they know the Daleks.
Didn't he have kind of like a jacket, and he had the big hair too, so...
Yeah, everyone knows Tom Baker's Doctor. They know the Daleks and they know the TARDIS. I think that's... Maybe
the Cybermen.
Modern audiences, modern audiences would be more David Tennant, obviously.
He would be the modern,
but yeah, if we're talking classics, in my opinion, I made a tweet the other day. I was like, if I could only ever get one Doctor signature, it would be Tom Baker's, because he, in a sense, is the Doctor. And I guess no one
of the classic Doctors, definitely.
No one. I guess I'm even going to say it. No one even in New Who can ever be.
I mean,
him.
I hate to say this. Don't cancel me, Doctor Who people. But apart from Peter Capaldi, you don't really have to worry about. You can wait on the New Who Doctors for their signatures. You know.
Okay, listen. Okay. X's not that young.
Wow.
He was kind of old when he played the Doctor in 2005. Well, not old, but...
Okay, aside from Eccleston and Capaldi, you've got a little while on the New Who Doctors to get
right, well, Jodie just came to do...
Tom should be higher on the list.
Jodie just did Gold Coast, and I think John Barrowman's coming for Comic-Con.
Wow.
No matter what you say or what you do, they still love me!
Which, by the way... You can't...
Wisely said, John.
What's it called? Defame?
Defame, yeah.
You can't defame me when you literally said...
No matter what you say or what you do, they still love me!
And that's in response to his sexual harassment claims. So...
Wow, so we kind of... It's like the go-ahead, like, no matter what you say, you can say anything. I don't mind.
What a weird thing to say. Anyway, Tom Baker.
Tom Baker.
Known as the Doctor.
Fourth Doctor. Classic.
Well, also known as
the guy with the scarf.
So he did this video. Oh God, I must have seen it on Twitter, and I loved it so fucking much. And I would always quote a particular line from it, and see if you can figure out what it is, folks.
My. Should we get right into it?
Play it, D.
And a little old lady, who'd been a great beauty in her time, said, "Hello, dear." And I was used to this. I said, "Hello," and she said, "Oh," and she clutched her bosom rather operatically and said, I'm so sorry, do I know you, or am I going dotty?
I
already
so
love
many
that.
Great quotes from just that one little bit.
I haven't clipped that, but I need him saying, I'm going dotty.
Am I going dotty?
It's such a classic British.
Do I know you?
His way of speaking is so traditionally British.
I clutched her bosom. Clutched her bosom. She clutched her...
Oh, crikey.
A rather beautiful...
beautiful woman.
Sorry, can you start from the beginning? I'm sorry. Can you
start from the beginning?
I just love this clip.
And a little old lady, who'd been a great beauty in her time, said, "Hello, dear." And I was used to this. I said, "Hello," and she said, "Oh," and she clutched her bosom rather operatically and said, I'm so sorry, do I know you, or am I going dotty? And I said, gently, I said, "Perhaps you've got grandchildren." "Oh, yes," he said, "you're the man from Doctor Who."
You're that man from Doctor Who.
I love how he also admits like he was getting stopped so much as well. Like he's like, this would happen quite a lot.
Yeah, it became frequent.
I wonder if I know Hartnell had a little bit. They show it in Adventure in Space and Time, but I don't know if any Doctor until then. Maybe Pertwee a little bit. That's when the show was starting to get quite popular. But Tom definitely did make it the most popular. I wonder if he was probably the Doctor who got the most. He was probably the most
in terms of street
famous.
Interactions. Yeah, definitely. Because he would have also been in other countries, recognized in other countries.
Yes, of course.
All right.
Do I know you?
Oh God, let's go back over here.
Grandchildren. "Oh, yes," he said, "you're the man from Doctor Who." good God, she said, yes. As soon as I saw you, I knew you were special because my titties began to tingle.
What a beautiful thing.
My titties began to tingle.
My titties began to tingle.
My titties began to tingle.
What a beautiful... and she grabbed... That's why she grabbed her bosom.
Because her titties
began to tingle.
Oh,
what a beautiful clip.
Tom, you madman.
He generally is.
Saw you, I knew you were special because my titties began to tingle. And I thought, isn't that marvelous? You know, my mother, who was a wonder, could never have said a phrase like that. And I thought perhaps on my gravestone, here lies Tom Baker, who made titties tingle. About sums up the silliness of telly fame, isn't it?
So Tom,
wow.
So Tom notoriously, we're back to Taylor.
Yeah,
Tom,
my God.
Tom has notoriously, slept with fans wearing the Tom Baker costume. He has married his co-star.
Oh boy.
And women have said titties tingled when he listened. By the way, I would love Tom Baker to have made their titties tingle on his tombstone. I would love that.
Wow, that would be something.
But I have a story, Dan.
Oh, yes, please.
And it's so funny because, so even outside the show, I've shown Dan this clip and we laugh and I quote all the time, you made my titties tingle, and I was like, my goodness, you made. She grasped her bosom. I always say that.
You make my titties tingle.
You make my titties tingle, dude.
Aww,
You always make my titties tingle.
Wow.
Whenever I see you. I was in, for people who don't know, in Australia, there's this place called Bunnings Warehouse, which is it's a warehouse where they sell all the fucking tradie shit. So I'm a tradie, I'm a tradesman, I'm a builder. So they sell the wood, the timber, the everything you want as a handyman. So we needed something. We needed a thing called a brick lintel. I was staying with the board and we needed a brick lintel. So I got sent down on a Friday afternoon. And shut up. I got sent down on a Friday afternoon. I went down to Bunnings and I got it. And I put it in the back of my car. And I went to the front desk in the trade section to go pay for it. And I paid for it. And I was walking away. I said, thanks, guys. Cheers. Have a great weekend. And as I said that, you're going to think I'm making this up because it sounds exactly what Tom Baker said. I swear this is a true fucking story. I swear every word I say. This woman in front of me, she turned around. She's about my mum's age, probably maybe late 40s, early 50s. She turned around and she said, oh my God. I swear. She was like, oh my God. And I was like, hi? At first I was like, oh my God, do I, because it was almost like running into an old friend. She was almost recognized me.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And I said, hi. She's like, my God. And I was like, what? She's like, I had to turn around. I had to hear what I swear, what mouth that beautiful accent was coming through. I swear. She was like, I had to see what beautiful face that beautiful accent was coming through. I said, oh, wow. She's like,
wow.
It's like, wow, what a beautiful accent you have. And I said, thank you. And I'm kind of walking as I'm doing. And she was like, if you don't mind me asking, where are you from? I said, well, I moved here when I was 8, but I was north of London. And she was like, wow, that's the most beautiful accent I've ever heard. I was like, man, she's like, my husband has his brother, he's from England, and his accent sounds nothing like that. And I was like, yeah, great. I was like, great. I was like, all right. Then she's like, how beautiful. And I was like, thanks. All right. I'll see you later. I swear on my life.
Wow.
I swear on my life. She was back turned to me. I was just walking around. I was like, cheers, guys. Thanks.
You made her titties tingle.
I did. I did the Tom Baker. She was like, oh my God. I swear. She was like, oh my God.
My titties began to tingle.
Literally, she was like, I just had to see where that accent was coming from. I was like, what?
God.
No one.
Wow.
I guess I'm like a weird hybrid of like English and Australian, just like you.
Well, you know, we're good boys, you and I think older women, they see that, they love us. We give off like lovely grandson energy, you know, so they love it. They can't resist it, folks.
Do you think she maybe wanted to take it further, or?
My titties began to tingle.
That's all I needed to hear.
Yeah, we know where it's going from there.
Perfect.
That's exactly.
Haha, bitch, I'm laughing because you're big mad.